Hey there, and welcome to the Joda Decor channel, your go-to place for all things vintage decor inspiration. If you love the charm of farmhouse style and want to learn how to incorporate those vintage touches into every room of your home, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment down below to share your thoughts. Let's get started with how to add farmhouse vibes to every space in your home. The living room is the heart of the home, and it's the perfect place to start when adding those farmhouse details. Begin by incorporating rustic furniture like a weathered wooden coffee table or a distressed bookshelf. Use soft, neutral colors like whites, grays, and beiges, and add vintage-style throw pillows or plaid blankets for a cozy vibe. A few antique picture frames or vintage mirrors will instantly elevate the room. In the kitchen, the farmhouse touch is all about creating a welcoming, rustic atmosphere. Look for vintage-style kitchenware like enamel pitchers, mason jars, and old-fashioned canisters. Adding open shelving to display your vintage plates and mugs is a great way to bring in a rustic look. A wooden farmhouse sign, an apron with a retro print, or a gingham tablecloth will enhance the nostalgic feeling. A farmhouse-style dining room isn't complete without a sturdy, wooden farm table as the centerpiece. Opt for an old wooden table or a table with a distressed finish to give the room that authentic farmhouse look. Surround it with mismatched chairs for an eclectic, vintage feel, and add a few vintage-inspired accessories like a vintage vase or an antique chandelier for the perfect touch. For your bedroom, start by focusing on the bed. A vintage, wrought-iron bed frame or a reclaimed wood headboard will immediately set the tone. Layer soft, worn-in linens with floral or checkered patterns to evoke that classic farmhouse charm. Incorporating vintage lamps, a rustic mirror, and distressed wooden furniture can further amplify the vintage farmhouse aesthetic. In the bathroom, simplicity is key when it comes to farmhouse style. Think vintage-style metal baskets for storage, antique mirrors, and distressed wooden shelving. Use neutral tones like white or soft gray and incorporate vintage-inspired accessories like a farmhouse-style towel rack or a vintage soap dish. A set of old-fashioned glass jars for cotton swabs or makeup brushes will also add to the charm. In your hallway, a vintage coat rack or a rustic wooden bench can help set the farmhouse mood. Look for pieces that feature natural wood finishes and vintage details, like worn-out hooks or antique handles. Adding a few cozy touches, such as a plaid blanket or a vintage-inspired rug, can also add warmth and character to this often overlooked area of your home. The entryway is the first place guests see when they enter your home, so make it stand out with a vintage farmhouse vibe. A wooden console table or an old-fashioned entryway bench can set the tone, and adding a vintage mirror or a classic farmhouse-style welcome sign can make it even more inviting. A basket of vintage hats or a collection of old postcards can also bring in that farmhouse charm. For a farmhouse-inspired home office, focus on adding rustic desk accessories that are both functional and stylish. A reclaimed wood desk is a great starting point, paired with vintage items like an old typewriter, metal filing cabinets, or vintage-inspired stationery. Consider hanging vintage artwork or old farming tools on the wall to give the space a nostalgic, countryside feel. Even the laundry room can get a vintage farmhouse makeover. Start by adding some rustic shelving or cabinets made of reclaimed wood. Look for vintage metal baskets or galvanized tubs for sorting laundry. A vintage sign or a classic enamel laundry tub can add a playful yet authentic touch to the space, turning even laundry chores into a charming farmhouse experience. Don't forget your outdoor space. A vintage farmhouse vibe can easily extend to your porch or backyard. Incorporate elements like a wooden porch swing, antique rocking chairs, or a rustic farmhouse table. Adding potted plants in vintage containers, such as old milk cans or buckets, will complete the look. Outdoor string lights or a vintage lantern can bring a cozy and inviting feel to your porch. And there you have it, 10 fantastic ways to add vintage farmhouse touches to every room in your home. From rustic furniture to vintage accessories, these tips will help you create a home filled with charm and character. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment letting us know your favorite farmhouse tip. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Joda Decor.